This is one of the most interesting and unusual and quirky yachts I've ever brought to you, because it's 112 foot long. It looks like a supersized American sports fisher, but in actual fact, this is Dutch built, it's aluminium, it's made by Harkvoort, who normally make the very traditional looking sort of super yacht style canoe stern. You've seen them on the channel before. This is not one of those. This is an out and out sports fisher, but supersized, and it's something genuinely quirky. And it starts right at the back here. These fellas here are water jets, so the power from the engines powers pumps that thrust water out the back at enormous pressure, and that's what makes it go. We've got this area here. Now this will extend out a lot further, and then you can see those steps there. They come out, this lowers down into the water. That's a walkway into the water. In fact, you can even use this as a ramp and bring a tender up onto here if you want to. The layout on this is something like I've never seen before. I'm going to show you that. We're going to go to every area, we're going to crew areas, we're going to go through the whole boat, but it is genuinely different, and it starts right back here. Look at this amazing area back here. It's all about outside space actually on this boat. It's a tremendous party zone, and look at these fighting chairs at the back. That's immense, isn't it? Then you've got these seating areas here. So down to the engine room, we're of course going to take a look at that as well. Maggie's taking it easy over here on this one. But let's head on inside first of all, because that is equally spectacular. So we'll give the button a prod here. And in we go. Check this out. It's had quite a bit of refurb, so there's all new AV equipment throughout the whole boat. There's new carpets, there's new Garmin equipment. There's quite a lot has been done to bring this up to date. We've got day heads back here, tucked away in that corner. And then we've got this great social area here. Then notice there's no helm on this deck. That's because that's up on the upper deck. I will of course show you that. TV retracts, as mentioned, that's latest kit. And then we've got this nice little snug here, sideboard arrangement right down the outside of it. And then the bar is over here. You can put a couple of bar stools there if you want to. That's a nice space, isn't it? Now in fact, I think what we'll do, it's quite a tricky one to work out the layout of this. Or at least the best route around the layout, I should say, because it's different. And it starts right here. This is the owner's cabin. There's a pocket door that slides out of here to close that off. So this is all your dressing area, your wardrobes and your drawers and all that kind of stuff for your clothing. And then we can come in again. There's another door again here. And then that's the cabin. This is very sports fisher to have this all blanked off across the front, and then the side windows. Again with the new AV equipment in here. Storage along here as well. I'd say the thrust of the storage is out here, but there's stuff in here as well. Drawers over here, and if we go across to this corner, we will find a rather nice ensuite. This of course closes off with this door here. Shower in there. Very nice. Now as I mentioned, it's 112 foot long, but in fact it only has 2 staterooms, this one and one on the lower deck, because it is really more of a party boat. So the priority is on living space, deck space, just a load of space to have a good time. It's almost like the ultimate weekender, isn't it? This is this bar area that I mentioned. Okay, I think we're going to go down first and then we'll work our way on up through. So down here is the other stateroom, and that we will find tucked away back here. Again, really good size, because of course if you're not cramming too many rooms in, you can afford to make them big, and they've done that. Little seating area there. Dressing area is back here with the wardrobes and the drawers and so forth. And then right back in this corner, we have the ensuite. Very nicely done, isn't it? Superb. That's a big cabin. And while we're down here, I'll show you the galley and the crew areas. They're right across here. So we've got a really, really big galley. If you were doing catering on here, well then, this would work, wouldn't it? Look at this. Absolutely incredible. You could have a real party on this boat and you could cater for it from here brilliantly. We come right back, there's a door here, that's through into the engine room. I don't think we'll go that way just yet. I'll show you that a little bit further on into the tour, but when I mentioned the door into the crew area, that's what I'm talking about. If we come on through, we've got obviously cooking facilities down through here. We've got refrigeration right the way across here. It's a big, big space, more refrigeration down here. You see what I mean? How they've not compromised areas like this because they've not tried to get too many cabins into it. Laundrette is here. It's like a utility room basically. Very nice. And then the crew cabins are up here. So what we've got, go through here, is the crew mess area. That's like that. If we come forward, we'll find 2 crew cabins, both decent size. Bunks in those. And an ensuite here, which is actually shared by both cabins. You can see there's another door there, and that is from the other crew cabin. So that means you've got a really generous size heads, and a shower is in through there. And then obviously bits of storage and that kind of stuff about the place. Like so. So that one is pretty much the same. And then there's a third cabin in this area. If I loop on back round, we've got TV in here. We've got monitoring system for the boat up here. And this one is the captain's cabin. So what we've got here is a double bed, and this has its own private ensuite. Again with a separate shower. Good crew facilities for a 112-foot boat. That is excellent. Look at that. Nice. Okay, let's press on. We've come down, we need to go up. So, back through the galley. That is quite a galley, isn't it? These extractor fans along here. Alrighty, let's head on up. So that one we've looked at, that's the second stateroom. We'll back up to the main saloon. And we want to come back and we'll find another stairway. Takes us up to the upper deck. And this is where we find the helm position. But also another TV that rises out of here. It's a lovely big seating area around here. It'd be great for dining actually, wouldn't it? Put a couple of chairs on this side as well. Superb. And then look at this massive bridge here. That's spectacular, isn't it? So this has got the new screens, which I think I'm right in saying are Garmin. And here again, we've got monitoring system for the cameras. We've got, this one's showing us what it's the overview for the boat, but currently we're looking at fuel tanks and oil tanks, lube oil, grey water, fresh water, that kind of thing is all monitored from there. Navigation, depth, radar, etc. And these are the jet controls. So these are very interesting because on the jets you can not just throttle them up and down, but swivel them as well. So the control you get from these is quite amazing. That's the port, no, try again. That's the starboard engine. And that one there's the port engine. And again, you can vector the thrust from that. Bow thruster as well. And that's the steering tiller because there's no steering wheel. And you can steer it from here as well, is my best guess. I'm sure that's what that is for. You wouldn't want to lean forward all the time, would you? But yeah, genuinely different, isn't it? Remarkable. Nicely finished too, love all this. That's a big space, isn't it? Okay, let's head on aft and we'll go up again because this is the Sportsfisher style, it goes up and up. Okay, so back here we've got the outside eating area, dining area, call it what you will. And I think, let's loop right round this one and then go on up. So we can walk down this side, which takes us forward to the Portuguese bridge. Has got an amazing foredeck area. I'll show you that a bit better. We'll go down there and walk around it in a minute, but yeah, check that out. That gives you a sense of the size of the boat, doesn't it? Absolutely enormous. And then we'll come right on round, back down this side. So this is the bridge that we were just in. That's where that helm was with those throttle controls and so forth. And then we can come right back to where we started. We've got access straight down there to the aft deck. We'll go back that way probably, I think, but we can go up here and we'll find, well, I guess I'd call it a flybridge, wouldn't we? Even though it's above the upper deck. So here we've got another alfresco eating area. And then this is just storage in there. And a fridge. Come right and saying. But you see what I mean about this being an incredible party boat, the amount of zones and spaces you've got, and about the fact it's a sports fisher, because look at these outriggers out on the outside here. It's immense, isn't it? What an incredible boat. Got the radars up here, camera system, the satellite domes, the mast, the antenna, all that up there on the top. And then we come right up forward, there's another helm position up here. Got the seats either side. And yeah, check that out. Look at that down through there. That's immense. You can take these screens out if you want to and have this just as a sun top. Okay, let's press on a bit further. We are going to go and look at the engines, I guess. That's about all we've got left to cover. So that's where we came through from this deck. This time we're going this way. And then this will drop us down and drop us in to the meat of this magnificent sports fisher. Check this out, look at that. Those are some big engines, aren't they? We're looking at a pair of MTU 16V4000s here. 3,750 horsepower each. They're giving this boat about 35 knots, which when you consider how big it is, that's pretty impressive. Cruise at about 25 knots, range at that speed probably about 400 miles. Again, you can get further if you drop the speed right back, but I don't think that's necessarily what this boat is about. This is a high performance, serious offshore machine, and these are high performance engines to drive it. You come right back down here, we've got generators down here as well, of course. Look at these exhaust systems. And then we can come right back here. And that will take you right back to where those water jets are, right back underneath there. Absolutely spectacular, isn't it? It's even got an engineer's office. Look at this. And that's the door I was pointing to in the crew area and said you can walk through there into here. There's a watertight door that goes over it when you're out at sea. But yeah, that runs you straight through. And then this is the engineer's office, all nicely air conditioned. This is the place to be at the minute. It's a hot day. That's quite the view from the office, isn't it? Absolutely remarkable. Fantastic. Let's come back out of here. Pause just for a minute to bask in the wondrousness of those mighty, mighty MTU engines. Just incredible. And bear in mind that this is a 1990 boat. Look at the condition of it. It's been loved, isn't it? Okay, so the only thing we haven't seen then is the foredeck, and that is a pretty expansive area, so I think we'll finish up there. So we'll head back around here. These are the steps that we came down from that bridge deck. This time we'll go this way. Look at the size of this yacht. That's huge, isn't it? And check out the size of this. So you've got this absolutely huge sunbathing area. I'll come back to it again, party boat, water machine, especially with this hot tub here. Look at this. That is pretty spectacular, isn't it? And this area here as well. Just vast. Okay, let's go right up to the front, right up to this bowsprit. Let's take a spin round. That is quite the machine, I think you'll agree. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. Other than to say massive thanks to Denison Yachts. They've organised this tour. They've got this one for sale, and I'll put a link to those guys in the description. And massive thanks to you, of course, for watching. Let me know what you think of that. But I think that's something genuinely quirky and genuinely different. And if you want a party boat, this will do that for you. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.